I'm in arguably the greatest Florida man vehicle ever made. This is the Mustang convertible with the 5.0. Just ask Vanilla Ice how classic this car is to South Florida. Today I'm going to review it for you guys, so let's have some fun. And it all starts under the hood. Lifting up this beautiful hood, we have strut braces there to prop it up. Appreciate that. Look at this beautiful naturally aspirated 5-liter V8, 400 horsepower. What more could you ask for? Maybe better fuel economy, but you're not going to care when you drop that top and let the wind blow through your hair and that, you know, that beautiful exhaust note blow through your eardrums, which I can't wait to share with you guys today. So this has the performance pack on it. You can get this with the 2.3-liter EcoBoost with significantly less horsepower. I want to say that's around 315 horsepower, 480 horsepower here in the Mustang 5.0 convertible. Now with this performance pack, we have fancier wheels, we have stickier rubber, we have upgraded Brembo brakes, we have a Torsen limited slip diff in the back, we have active exhaust, we also have the Magna Ride, the variable suspension system in here, and beautiful GT badge on the back, and the quad tip exhaust, and that V8. Let's just listen to it, just idle, man. And this isn't even at the loudest track setting, this is at the standard setting, and you can turn off all the loud settings if you want and just have it more more well behaved. We even have parking sensors around this vehicle. This comes in around $60,000, and I don't remember how to open this from on the back, so we're going to go ahead and open from inside the car, and I'm going to do my best to avoid opening and closing this door because the horn honks on here are so loud when you open and close that door. All right, so we have a big old subwoofer in the back for this upgraded sound system. Could you fit a pack of golf clubs in here? Well, you could fit a spare tire in here, but they don't give it to you. They give you a fix-a-flat kit. But yeah, you could probably fit one bag of golf clubs in that trunk there. But hey, it's way more space than the Lexus LC500. This is your true back seat. Now, I have taken my kids around a little bit, and these are very comfortable seats, but really this seat over here is the only one you can really sit in because if you're over 5'5", these people are not going to have room for their legs. I'm not even going to try to attempt to sit back there. But this is how you fold the seat forward. Pretty simple. Now, I find it ironic, this has memory seating and 3 different settings, but this portion here is manual. The steering wheel is manual, so really it's just probably going to be the mirrors and the bottom cushion that's going to be memory. Nice Mustang skid plate there, and I like this red and black interior. I think they call it Carmine something. Go ahead and get on the inside. Blind spot monitor, no surprise. I could listen to this V8 purr all day long. In the era of V8s disappearing, especially naturally aspirated ones, having this V8, I mean, it's just masterpiece. It's so beautiful sounding. Is it as nice sounding as the LC500? No, but that vehicle costs like twice as much as this car. So I'm getting that drop top fun, that V8 soundtrack, V8 torque and power, without spending $115,000+ on a Lexus LC500. It feels about half the price though, and that's probably, I mean, this Mustang is, I would say, worth the price of admission, around $60,000 with this performance pack. Now, most of the Mustangs we see here in Florida are rentals. Most of them are not 5-liter V8s. They're going to be the EcoBoost, even the convertibles we see here. All right, let's go into layout. Traditional shifter here. I don't have a 6-speed manual in here. Fact check me down below. I don't know if the 6-speed manual is even available on the convertible. I know for sure it's not available on the EcoBoost versions. I like the volume knob here. It's kind of in a weird spot, but it gets the job done. I believe this is a 14-inch screen here. We can have different ambient lighting settings as well as the default color around the vehicle, but it doesn't, yeah, it's fine. I mean, you can see the tack here is now blue instead of, it was orange before. We can set a secondary color. I mean, what goes good against blue? I guess maybe orange and blue look good together. So I'm gonna close out that. Really the big thing here is gonna be the custom modes. You have a ton, look, 6 different custom modes that you can play with, and I just been leaving it here. I like this setup: sport, steering, traction control on, track exhaust, which I guess it was in track exhaust earlier, we're just going to leave it in track exhaust for this video today. Why not? But you can disable it if you want, if you don't like how loud it is. But with the top down, I want to hear it. And then we have heated seats. Climate control is pretty simple here. No physical climate control. It's all through the touchscreen, but I haven't had any issues with it. You even have a heated steering wheel. All right, Android Auto. I had my phone plugged in. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, there we go. Go ahead and press that button here, and we can have our Google Maps take up the whole screen. Looks really, really good. It's 12-inch MID. I believe this is 12-inch MID back here. I love how, I mean, you can customize this too. I'm not going to play with it too much. You on the steering wheel are going to have, you know, we have those custom modes over here, but you also have different sport modes you can play with too through the steering wheel. Track, drag strip, slippery, custom, which I'm in right now. So lots of different features here. I love the graphics. It looks like a Need for Speed video game. Absolutely cool stuff. We have steering control, we have radar cruise control, and we have paddle shifters here. So with that being said, let's start driving the Mustang V8 convertible. Put it into sport mode, because once this light turns green any second now, we are going to have a little bit of fun here. Holy cow. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. Amazing. So, like, there's only one car that can provide, at least in my experience, that can provide this sort of craziness. Now this feels faster than the LC500. There's no doubt about it. It technically has a hair more horsepower. It's not nearly as refined. I know that's really the only comparison I have, so unfortunately I have to compare this $60,000 car to a $115,000 car. On the materials in here, they're pretty basic for a Mustang. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I feel comfortable. That's the most important thing, is I'm comfortable. I have a lot more wind swirling around compared to the LC500. So again, there's probably a lot more engineering that went into that vehicle to make it still Lexus-like, even with the top down. But down, like, shoot, all I want to do is downshift. The paddle shifters are pretty good. Now, I don't hear any pops or gurgles or anything like that. Oh my God, there's my neighbor there. How do I keep my foot out of the pedal? How do I stop that from happening? It sounds so good. The power delivery is so intoxicating. Yes, there's a good amount of torque, but it has a high power limit, meaning, or what do I mean by that? The red line is high in here, so it just keeps climbing and grabbing more power. It's fantastic, and this is much more enjoyable to drive than, like, let's say a twin turbo V8. Even those are going to have more torque, more power. It's just not as fun to wring out those engines because it's power everywhere. This is just, it's power. I feel like a maniac in this car. The LC500 is like, I never feel maniacal. I never feel like I'm robbing a bank and running away. This vehicle, I feel like I'm a little kid, a little bit more so. And I'm not focused on anything else other than just, oh my gosh. Now you can get this without the active exhaust, but if you're getting the V8, why not get the active exhaust? You don't have to get an aftermarket exhaust at that point. You can just enjoy the different settings this has. Holy smokes, just so enjoyable. Oh, we'll just have to wait here, unfortunately. Let's see, the great thing, I can get right back into home here. Oh, there's a 5-liter V8 there. What kind of Mustang was that? What the heck was that? at the lights on that thing. If you guys know what kind of Mustang we're looking at, I saw it had a special badge on the side, but I have no idea what that is. Anyways, I'll leave that for you guys to talk about in the comments. I mean, the circle lights look amazing on it. It's ironic that the first Mustang we see is some super custom Mustang, and I'm losing my camera. Some super custom Mustang that, yeah, most of them are rentals down here, the EcoBoost, and we see something pretty exotic for a Mustang. I'm a bit like tongue-tied and a little starstruck by that Mustang there, but hey, you know, I got my own V8 here that I'm very, very happy with. And what the heck is that? I have no idea. My hair's all sorts of disheveled, which I should have brought a hat, but that's okay. It gives it more realistic, like in-cabin experience, since we're getting thrown around by the wind and the raucous V8. Fuel economy, it's not even worth talking about because good luck keeping your foot out of this pedal. But it says I'm getting about 10.5 miles per gallon over the last 16 miles. But if you're doing highway, probably upper 20s, I would say you would be able to get. With this 10-speed auto, it's going to take advantage of the torque of the V8 as well as the tall gearing here. All right, let's get around this diesel. Just unbelievable. Ford, you know how to make a good motor. You know how to make this Mustang more relevant than ever, with V8s dying, with the Challenger going to inline 6 and EV, with the Camaro, rest in peace. Like, the GOAT is still here. The GOAT of the pony cars isn't going down without a fight, and this V8 is gonna fight to every last rumble that it can. Just so silly. So silly. I wish I could, you know, a part of me wishes I could get this V8 feeling without just like going to warp speed immediately. But luckily I have a lot of gears here where I can get the sound of this in first and second gear. Without, you know, going straight to jail. But holy cow, you know, this is a quick review. This is the sort of happiness $60,000 can buy you. Drop top, beautiful Mustang, awesome Florida vehicle, and then you get that V8 soundtrack, and you can customize it, make it quiet. If you guys want to hear how quiet it can get, maybe we turn it off. Turning it off, I'm gonna floor it. 3, 2, 1. What? That was the quiet mode. That sounded just as loud. So maybe at full throttle, it still gives you the full exhaust, but underneath full throttle, it really mutes it, which I can already tell it does because I'm just cruising here. I can't hear the exhaust. Put it into track mode, it's rumbling, it's begging me to get my foot back into it. And of course you have the track mode, which, I mean, and then you have a standard mode. So you have 4 different exhaust modes in here, and I don't know. I honestly don't know which one I'd be rolling with if this was my car the majority of the time. Probably just the standard mode. Because the track and the sport mode are just, they're so obnoxious. But hey, even in silent mode, all you have to do is, you know, act like your rental Mustang. You're in silent mode. No one sees or hears you coming. You look like any other Mustang, unless you really know what you're looking for. And then you pedal down, and then silent mode becomes, you know, V8, like maxed out soundtrack before you know it. All right, we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Mustang V8 convertible. It's been a legend in America since what, the late 60s. And V8 convertible coupe, Ford still makes it relevant here in this crazy era. And I would say it could be more important than ever that this vehicle exists. You know, there's not a lot in my area. There's a ton of coupes in my area. I would say, oof, brakes are good in here, thank God. I would say that the maybe about a quarter of the Mustangs in my area here in Florida are the convertible. And out of Oh, a quarter. That's the downfall of having a drop top vehicle, is diesels just blow out your eardrums, diesel trucks. But anyways, yeah, maybe only about 1/8 of the Mustangs total in Florida are the V8 convertible. It's a very, very small number, all right? But hey, grab one while you can, and it's a very, very special vehicle. A lot of nostalgia here with a lot of modern tech and niceties. And this is, I mean, if I had to pick between this and the Dark Horse, there's no comparison. I get the same horsepower here as the Dark Horse, if I remember right. I get a lot of the same performance, you know, the beefier brakes, the V8 obviously, but I get the drop top fun that the Dark Horse just doesn't give me. So I'd be saving, I think the Dark Horse was 70 or 80K. No, I'd be saving money getting this vehicle and having a better experience. This is the best Mustang for me where I live here in Florida. Drop top V8 soundtrack. I'll catch you guys in the next one.